Hi guys, this is Hero. How's everyone doing today? Aj Kemcho, Aj Sub Keso. So today I'm going over how survival skills could possibly impact your mental health. Okay, this is something I'm surprised I don't hear about more. Why? Because your survival is such a huge part to your brain subconsciously, right? Yes, we're not as conscious about it because in today's modern and westernized world, we found ways to suppress it very, very well, right? But just because something is suppressed does not mean that it's not there, right? So it's always operating at the background, and it's like at the deepest level background and impacting your mental health at all times, right? Even if you're aware of it or not. So one reason why today, everyone's mental health is in a slightly poorer state than it was, in the past, and it'll probably continue to get uh, less good over time is because of the fact that we do not value this, right? But and it is a huge part of our biology. Okay. And I can prove this. Now you might be wondering, oh, well, how do you know that, our primal nature plays a huge fact on our mental health, right? Take a look at your own dating preferences, right? 9 times out of 10. Now, if you're really old or really young, this doesn't count, right? I'm talking about everybody in the middle who's uh, if you're really old, it doesn't matter. You're not going to reproduce. And if you're really young, you're not going to reproduce, right? But I'm just trying to show that if you're kind of at an age where you can reproduce successfully, you are going to try to find the healthiest mate, okay? Male or female. Now, you might be wondering, okay, yeah, because I want a healthy kid. Fine. But you are also, we do not live in hunter gatherer times. You are also going to try to find traits that were possibly relevant then that are not really too relevant now, right? For example, like height, for example, right? Especially with females, they would like an extremely tall person. However, and it makes sense, right? But that on paper is not relevant today, but it still matters. Why? Because it is in our primal biology, okay, to seek after this. There are certain traits for a woman that we seek, right? That based off of, her figure or whatever, right? That we also seek, right? But these do not actually matter on paper. These do not actually tell us anything really about how much we might have in common or our values or anything like that. But they matter very, very much to us, right? And it affects our mental health. You find someone with more of these characteristics, you're going to be happier, right? And your mental health will increase. So, and that's just with your partner. But when it comes to your own survival, this matters even more. Okay. But the thing is, like I said, we've just suppressed it so much that we need to learn to just be aware of it and value it, right? So, all the time, your brain is wondering about survival, right? Food, if you get into a fight, whether it's like with a gun or not with a gun, food, water, like how to get your own food, how to survive without food, right? Like fasting for long periods of time, um, doing other like fitness related activities, right? Your body is constantly worrying about this all the time, right? Whether you realize it or not. It like if I get into a fight right now, am I going to be able to win, right? And there's two different aspects, like if I have a gun or if I don't have a gun, right? If or a weapon or not a weapon, right? If do I know how to grow my own food? If I don't know how to grow my own food, do I know how to survive without food, right? Do I know how to do other meaningful survival tasks, right? Your body is always thinking about this, right? Now, just like how with dating, right? Because I'm going to tie back to this because this is the one that everyone's aware of and can, relate to. You're not going to get everything, right? But the more you get, ideally, the happier you're going to be, right? Now, you should learn to accept, right? I know the key of mental health is to detach, right? You should accept whatever you have and learn to detach, right? However, it's still nice to have whatever you want, right? Or to look good yourself or whatever, right? So same thing here. You need to accept, right? Obviously, hey, I could die, I could get hurt, I could run out of food, whatever, right? All the fears associated with everything I just said. But the more you learn how to do these things yourself at a primal, like subconscious background level, these fears will kind of automatically go away, right? Which is kind of what we want. Same thing with, a person, right? We can accept not having a partner. We can accept not having a good partner or whatever, right? And it could be great for our spiritual elevation and whatever. But that doesn't mean that there's still not a serious amount of pain associated with that, right? Especially from a non-spiritual level. So it's the same thing here, right? But like I said, we've suppressed it. We're not aware of it, but you need to be aware of it and take care of it, right? So, and how can you take care of it? You might ask, right? Well, I just named a bunch of examples, right? You can kind of learn how to grow your own food. You don't have to actually invest in some huge plot of land and start growing food, right? But at least kind of know the basics to get started, right? Same thing with fighting, or like if you had to have a gun, like know how to kind of use it, okay? Fast once in a while, just in case, all the grocery store, something happens, right? There's some movement with some truck drivers or something like that, right? Or I don't know, all the financial money in the world just comes crashing down and no one values money anymore, right? Your brain is thinking about it in the background, right? These are fears, right? And like I said, you can accept these fears, but another thing you can do besides acceptance is actually work on it, right? Same thing with any fear, right? Let's just say you have a fear of having being a failure, right? You accept your fear, but then you do what you can to get over the fear rationally also by, working hard and going after your goals and achieving whatever you want to achieve, right? So you're accepting your fear, so you're not living out of fear, but then you're also rationally analyzing that, hey, this is something that I probably shouldn't be. I shouldn't be a failure. So you do whatever you have to do, right? Same thing here. You accept all your fears in the background, right? And the thing is, you need to be aware of them. A lot of people are not aware of them because we have our own cozy little lives, right? But you should be aware of it, right? And then you should try to take care of it as much as you can. So you're not taking care of it out of fear, but you still rationally analyze that, hey, I need to take care of this, right? And it's, like I said, it's always kind of going to be in the background, right? Because it has such a big part to do with your own primal nature. It is literally the deepest level of your primal nature, okay? So I encourage you guys to all take care of it. And possibly gender roles could tie into this a little bit. Like if you're more of a man, maybe like fighting and stuff like that could be more useful. And if you're like a woman, maybe, I'm just saying maybe, like, growing food and things like that, right? You can figure it out. This is just a perspective, right? To see if this helps with your mental health. If not, it's okay. It's just a perspective, right? You only spend less than 10 minutes watching this video, maybe. But that's it, okay? If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later. Thank you all very, very much for watching.